Okay, have you ever walked into a room and just completely blanked on why you're actually there?
Oh, all the time.
Or maybe, you struggle to recall someone's name, like moments after a handshake? It's awkward.
Uh-huh, definitely.
And what about that critical detail from a meeting? You knew you had it down, and then poof, it vanishes right when you need it most.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Well, if any of that sounds familiar, you are definitely in for a treat today.
Hmm.
We're taking a deep dive into this really incredible source. It's a book called Your First Guide to Training and Reviving Memory by consultant Mosla Al-Qarni.
Right.
And honestly, it feels less like a book and more like a treasure map, really.
Mm.
A map to transforming your memory from, oh man, to marvelous.
I like that meh to marvelous.
So our mission today is to unpack Al-Qarni's fascinating insights, figure out the surprising reasons why we forget stuff, and discover these practical, sometimes kind of playful methods to unlock the iron memory he says you already possess.
And without feeling overwhelmed, right, that's key.
Exactly. This isn't about cramming more in. It's like a shortcut to being truly well-informed. Prepare for some serious aha moments, I think.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, so let's unpack this right from the very beginning. Al-Qarni kicks things off with a pretty radical idea, one that kind of shifts your perspective immediately. He says our struggles with memory, they aren't a disease or, unavoidable decline. It's simply a lack of training.
It really is a paradigm shift. And what's so fascinating here, what Al-Qarni really wants us to get, is the sheer untapped potential we all have.
Right.
I mean, think about the brain itself. It weighs just 1,300, 1,400 grams. That's like what? A small orange?
Tiny.
Yeah, tiny. But it astonishingly consumes 30% of your body's energy and 20% of its oxygen. That's huge.
Yeah.
And this small organ houses 1 trillion nerve cells. 1 trillion!
Yeah.
Capable of forming, get this, 100 trillion connections.
That number is just, it's hard to even comprehend.
Exactly. And Al-Qarni uses these figures not just as cool facts, but to really hammer home that your brain is this powerhouse, inherently designed for incredible memory feats if only we learn how to train it properly.
Okay.
The book even goes into specialized cells, like glial cells. They aren't just support staff for the neurons, they actively nourish them and dramatically speed up information transfer, like little express lanes for your thoughts.
Huh. Glial cells. I really thought about them.
And then you've got the chemical messengers, neurotransmitters. They're fundamental, not just for memory and learning, but even for our social behavior, our mood. Getting that chemical balance right is vital.
So it's not about being broken or, things inevitably going downhill as we age. It's more about understanding this amazing hardware we have
Precisely.
and then learning how to actually use it effectively. And the book points out something fascinating about the hippocampus. And that seahorse shape deep inside.
Ah, yes, the memory center.
Yeah, the brain's learning and memory hub. What really jumped out at you about the hippocampus from Al-Qarni's perspective?
Well, this connects directly to our daily lives, which I think is so important. Al-Qarni explicitly states that chronic stress and feelings of threat can actually shrink the hippocampus.
Shrink it. Seriously?
Yeah, shrink it, impairing those vital nerve connections. But conversely, things like relaxation, mental stimulation, even feeling love, they demonstrably increase these connections and boost overall brain activity.
Wow. So our emotional state is directly impacting our brain structure and memory.
It's a direct link, almost shocking, isn't it, between our emotional well-being and our cognitive power.
Definitely.
And to simplify things a bit, Al-Qarni brings in the triune brain theory. It's a model, basically.
Okay.
He breaks it into 3 main parts.
Yeah.
The neocortex, that's for our higher thought, planning, problem solving. Then the limbic system, the emotional core, crucial for long-term memory, and heavily influenced by dopamine, which helps make memories stick.
Right, the reward chemical.
Exactly. And finally, the primitive reptilian brain handling basic survival instincts. This model just powerfully shows how interconnected our emotions, instincts, and memory really are.
That's incredible to think how much our internal landscape, our feelings, truly impact how well we remember things. It's not just about focus.
Not at all.
And if that wasn't surprising enough, Al-Qarni then dives into this, truly mind-bending distinction between our conscious and subconscious mind.
Ah, yes. This is a big one.
Most of us feel so limited by our conscious mind, right? Processing maybe 7 pieces of information per second if we're lucky. But the subconscious, wow, it's just on another level entirely.
Indeed. The subconscious mind, as Al-Qarni describes it, boasts, basically unlimited focus. It can process millions of pieces of information per second, even while you're asleep.
Millions. per second.
Millions. It's imaginative, it's free from all this conscious limitations and doubts, and it effortlessly links new information to what you already know. This, he argues, is where the real iron memory lives, just waiting for us to learn how to tap into it.
Waiting to be accessed. Okay, so what does all this mean for our daily struggles with forgetting stuff? Forgetting keys, names.
Yeah, the practical side.
The book asks this really intriguing question. Is forgetting a blessing or a curse? And the answer, maybe surprisingly, is both.
Right. Forgetting at its core isn't really about information vanishing forever. It's more the inability to retrieve it when you need it.
Okay.
And it's a blessing because, well, it allows us to process and eventually release painful or upsetting events. Imagine remembering every single negative thing vividly forever.
Oh, God, no. That would be awful.
Exactly. The book even mentions techniques to help sort of discard or reframe those memories, not erase them, but lessen their grip so we can move on.
Okay.
But obviously, it's a curse when it impacts daily life, like, forgetting why you walked into the kitchen or someone's phone number right after they told you. That's the frustrating part.
Right. It sounds like our brain is constantly doing this balancing act behind the scenes, and the book highlights that memory works like a chain. You need focus first, then memorization, then retrieval.
A chain.
If there's a weak link anywhere in that chain, the whole system kind of falls apart. So building on that, let's talk about why our focus might be weak. Al-Qarni calls these concentration killers.
Yes, the concentration killers. He outlined several common culprits. First up, distraction and lack of planning.
Sounds familiar.
Right. When your mind is just cluttered, no clear agenda, tasks pile up, create mental noise, it's hard to focus. The solution he suggests is actually pretty simple.
Yeah.
Even making a quick mini plan for your day or week can help declutter your mind and keep your focus sharp. Just knowing what's next.
Okay, that's manageable. What else?
Next is daydreaming and preoccupation with the future. We've all done it right, driving right past our exit because we're lost and thought about something else entirely.
Guilty. Absolutely.
Al-Qarni suggests cultivating a broader life plan, which sounds counterintuitive, maybe, but the idea is that having bigger goals actually helps ground you in the present so you can act effectively now instead of just drifting and dreaming.
Interesting. So a big plan helps with the small moments.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's a massive one. In our world today, I think this hits home for a lot of us. Over-reliance on technology.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
The book basically says, look, tech is convenient, amazing even, but it can make our brains lazy.
It really can. Like a muscle, right? The brain atrophies if you don't use it.
Exactly. When we instantly whip out our phone to store a number or a note, our emotional brain kind of gets a vacation, as Al-Qarni puts it, while the analytical part suffers. His point is stark. The brain grows with use and shrinks with neglect.
It's a use it or lose it situation, really. Other factors he mentions include lack of interest. Pretty straightforward. If your brain doesn't think something is important, it's not going to waste focus on it.
Makes sense.
Then there's lack of training, which we talked about, like letting your physical muscles get ripped, and also having no specific goal for your brain. If you don't direct it, it just wanders.
Aimless.
And effort and illness are crucial too. Pushing your brain when you're exhausted or sick. It isn't just unproductive, it actually damages cells. Rest is critical.
Good reminder.
And finally, overlap of tasks. Trying to juggle too many things creates mental chaos. The book suggests using something like a prioritization matrix to bring clarity and order. Focus on one thing at a time, essentially.
Okay, and maybe the most personal one is negative self-talk.
Ah, yes. This one's powerful.
Believing I have a weak memory or I'm just bad with names. Al-Qarni says this acts like a mental virus. It literally programs your subconscious for failure.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Totally. And the solution he offers is simple but powerful. Positive affirmations. Just consciously telling yourself, I have an excellent memory, can start to retrain your subconscious. It really shows how much psychology plays into this.
Absolutely. Mindset is huge.
Okay, so this is where the rubber really meets the road. This is the catalog of use section, turning all that theory into actual practical steps.
The fun part.
Yes, and the core principle Al-Qarni emphasizes over and over is that the brain processes images way faster and more powerfully than abstract stuff like words or numbers.
That's the fast. It's wired for visuals.
And even wilder. Your body doesn't really differentiate between reality and imagination. If you vividly imagine something, your brain kind of treats it like a real experience.
That's the key to engaging the subconscious, tapping into its power. Al-Qarni's methods for building this iron memory rely on 3 core things working together.
Okay, what are they?
First, you need a place for information. He calls these mental hooks. Stable, familiar mental locations you can hang information on.
Hooks, got it.
Second, a vivid, clear image of whatever it is you want to remember. Not just a static picture, but something really alive in your mind.
Vivid image, okay.
And third, you need mental glue. This is often exaggerated, dynamic, usually funny movement that involves you personally in the scene. This glue activates more brain cells, involves more senses, and makes the memory stick like, well, glue.
Mental glue. I like that. So it's not just boring repetition. It's about experiencing the information in a fun, maybe even absurd way that your brain just can't ignore.
Exactly. Make it memorable by making it interesting or funny or strange.
And the book gives us starting points, right? The specific tools like the pen list and the body list.
Yeah, foundational tools, 10 hooks each. So for the pen list, item #1 might be linked to a pen, #2 maybe scissors, #3 a stapler, things you'd find on a desk. For the body list, #1 could be your feet, #2 your knees, #3 your thighs, working your way up.
Simple, tangible hooks that are already there, easy to grab onto mentally.
Exactly. But Al-Qarni takes it way further with his HL system, the 100 list.
The 100 list. Okay, that sounds intense.
It's remarkably flexible, actually. It lets you create hundreds, even thousands of personalized memory hooks. You start by associating each number from 1 to 100 with a specific unique image. You build your own visual number dictionary.
Right.
Then to go beyond 100, you just associate new locations with blocks of hundreds, like maybe 101, 200 are all happening above the clouds. That's your general scene. And then you link your existing 100 images to items within that above the cloud setting. So number 135 would be whatever your image for 35 is, doing something funny up in the clouds. It's like building this huge, expandable memory palace.
Wow, okay. An infinitely expandable system. Let's get super practical now. How can this help with something totally mundane like a shopping list? That's one that trips up so many people.
It's perfect for shopping lists. It's all about making the mundane memorable, like we said.
Right.
You take each item on your list, say the first is oranges, you link it dynamically to your first hook. Let's use the pen list. So hook #1 is pen.
Okay, oranges and pen.
Now, use that mental glue. Imagine a gigantic pen. Maybe it's bouncing, kicking an enormous, squishy orange, and the juice flies everywhere. Maybe it even hits you.
Okay, I can picture that. A giant pen kicking an orange at me.
The more crazy, the more active, the more personal the image, the better it sticks. Your subconscious loves novelty and humor.
I can definitely see how that would be unforgettable. Okay, what about those tricky long numbers? Phone numbers, license plates, account numbers. We just type them in once and assume our phone will remember.
Same principle, different application. With numbers, you first convert each digit into its corresponding image from your pen list, body list, or ideally your HL system once you build it.
Okay, so digit becomes image.
Right. Then you weave those images together into a memorable little story. Let's take a license plate like, say, ASD 2398.
Okay.
Maybe A is an apple, S is a snake, D is a door. Then the numbers. 2 could be your image for ear, from the body list maybe. 3 a fan, 9 a key, 8 glasses.
Apple, snake, door, ear, fan, key, glasses. Got it.
Now, the story. Imagine a huge apple rolling towards a door, but a snake bursts out, grabs the apple, puts on giant glasses, uses a key that turns into a giant fan, and blows air into its own ear.
That's hilariously weird.
Exactly. Make it dynamic. Involve senses if you can. Maybe you're dodging the apple. The weirder, the better, often. It's much stickier than just 2398.
Definitely more memorable than the number itself. Okay, another big one. Names. We forget names instantly sometimes, even when we really want to remember. Feels like such a common social stumble.
It really is. And Al-Qarni's strategy starts before the memory trick. It starts with genuine active listening when you're introduced. Pay attention.
Right. Be present.
Then immediately find a unique visual hook on the person. Could be a prominent feature, big ears, bright eyes, a scar, or an accessory unusual, glasses, a bright tie, or even a mannerism, the way they gesture.
Okay, find a hook.
Then create a name image, a visual symbol for their name. Like Bader might make you think of a badger, or maybe a full moon, Badur in Arabic. Khalid could be a sword. Khalid often associated with warriors.
Okay. Turn the name into a picture.
Yes. And finally, the glue. Link that visual hook on the person to their name image with some exaggerated, maybe funny action. And crucially, try to mentally insert yourself into the scene.
So If I meet Bader, who has big ears.
Maybe you imagine a tiny badger swinging from his earlobe and you're trying to swat it away. It connects the person's feature, ear, to the name image, badger, with action involving you. Makes the name come alive.
Got it. Hook, image, glue,
Yeah.
involving me. Okay. And what about just daily tasks, appointments, stuff that slips through the cracks no matter how many phone reminders we set?
For this, the book suggests first calibrating your biological clock. Simple exercises like guessing the time before looking helps you get more attuned to your internal rhythm.
Interesting. Tuning your internal clock.
Then, for each task, create a vivid image of yourself doing it. Link that image either to a specific time, visualize a giant clock maybe, or to a hook from your body list or HL system.
So like if I need to buy fruit after work?
Exactly. As you're leaving the office, maybe you imagine giant, colorful, dancing fruits doing the tango on the escalator you always take.
Dancing fruits on the escalator.
Your subconscious, programmed with that vivid, unusual scene, will likely trigger the memory right when you hit that escalator. It leverages your internal alarm system in a creative way.
That's clever, using location triggers. And this even applies to the classic universal frustration. Where did I put my keys?
Oh, absolutely. We've all been there, frantically searching. Al-Qarni introduces a brilliant little technique for this. TASH. It's an
Just
acronym.
Tim. Okay, what's that stand for?
Talk. See, think. When you put your keys down, consciously talk about it, even whisper it. I'm putting my keys on the TV table.
Okay, talk.
Then see an exaggerated image in your mind. Maybe the keys are glowing red hot, or they're so heavy they're causing the TV table to crack and smoke.
See, got it. Explosive keys.
And finally, think about that image for just a second or two. Really engage with that little mental movie. Your subconscious, now armed with this vivid, multisensory event,
Tash. Talk. See, think.
it will effortlessly recall that mini story next time you wonder, where are my keys? It turns a totally mundane action into something memorable.
That seems so simple, but potentially so effective. Okay, it does sound like maybe a bit of effort up front, learning the hooks, making these crazy images, a bit silly at first.
It can feel that way initially, definitely, but the book really emphasizes the huge long-term payoff.
Right. What happens after you practice consistently?
That's the magic. With consistent, playful application, these techniques start being conscious effort. They transition into automatic subconscious processes.
So you don't have to think about the crazy images anymore.
Eventually, no, or not actively. Your brain becomes so well trained in making these strong, vivid links that storing and retrieving information becomes second nature. It's like a skilled athlete, right? They perform these complex moves without consciously thinking through every single step.
They just do it.
Exactly. You'll just know where your keys are. You'll remember the name. You'll recall the shopping list without having to actively try and reconstruct the whole image sequence every time. The iron memory becomes part of your natural capability.
Wow. So it's about making memory truly effortless. An iron memory that's just part of who you are, giving you confidence, freeing up your conscious mind for other things.
Precisely. Less mental energy spent searching, more available for thinking, creating, connecting.
What a deep dive this has been. We've really uncovered that our brains aren't these limited machines we sometimes think they are. They're incredible powerhouses, just waiting for us to unlock their immense natural power through this kind of playful, imaginative training.
Yeah, moving away from rote learning towards something much more dynamic and, frankly, fun.
From recalling names and numbers easily to mastering complex information. The Iron Memory program, as Al-Qarni lays it out, it really challenges us to rethink what we're capable of.
And it shifts the goalposts, doesn't it? It's not just about not forgetting. It's about actively knowing where your information is stored in your mind,
Knowing where it is.
which empowers you to access it with speed, with precision, anytime, anywhere. It really can transform your whole relationship with information.
Absolutely. So here's a final thought for you, our listeners, to maybe mull over, building on this whole idea of untapped potential. What other hidden superpowers might you already possess, just waiting there to be unleashed with a little bit of focused training and maybe a dash of that playful imagination we talked about? Perhaps unlocking your iron memory is actually just the beginning of discovering what else your incredible mind is truly capable of.